In the labyrinthine corridors of contemporary culture, where the cacophony of voices often drowns out the symphony of reason, the figure of Kodak Black emerges as a paradoxical enigma, an emblematic figure representing the convoluted entanglement of artistry and controversy. One might venture to ask, in a manner reminiscent of the Socratic dialogues, what precisely makes the character and creations of this young artist worthy of our analytical scrutiny. Kodak Black, born as Bilkahan Capri, a figure not unfamiliar with the punitive arms of the justice system, embodies a juxtaposition as stark as that between day and night. His music, undeniably captivating to a significant portion of the youth, often teeters on the fine line between raw emotional expression and a seemingly heedless glorification of a lifestyle fraught with peril and lawlessness. In this regard, one can't help but draw parallels with the existential musings of Dostoevsky, who so aptly encapsulated the human propensity towards moral ambiguity. Yet, it would be an act of gross intellectual dishonesty to dismiss Kodak Black's contributions to the music industry as mere cacophonous ramblings of a troubled soul. His work, much like the graffiti that adorns the walls of an abandoned urban edifice, speaks volumes of the socio-economic and cultural realities that shape the lives of many African Americans. Herein lies the kernel of truth, often obscured by the thick fog of moral panic and societal disdain, that Kodak Black's artistry, albeit unrefined and jarring to some, is a mirror reflecting the often grim realities of racial inequality, systemic oppression, and the perennial struggle for identity and recognition. One might argue, employing the dialectical method favored by Hegel, that Kodak Black's music and public persona serve as a thesis to which society provides an antithesis, ultimately synthesizing into a new cultural understanding. In this ongoing cultural dialogue, where voices like his serve as both disruptors and educators, one cannot help but recognize the inherent power of music as a form of social commentary and political engagement. To dismiss Kodak Black as merely another product of the music industry's relentless machinery would be to overlook the complexities and nuances that characterize his journey and body of work. Much like a character in a Shakespearean drama, he embodies both the tragic flaws and the redeeming qualities that make the human experience so endlessly fascinating. In the grand tapestry of cultural discourse, figures like Kodak Black serve as both the weavers and the threads, integral to the ever-evolving narrative of our collective human saga. Indeed, if one were to scrutinize the labyrinthine intricacies of Kodak Black's artistry through the lens of cultural anthropology, one might discern a tapestry rich with the threads of a profound existential narrative. His music, steeped in the lived experiences of the African American community, resonates with the echoes of a collective historical consciousness, often marred by strife and longing for liberation. This music, an amalgamation of rhythmic beats and raw, unfiltered lyrics, transcends mere entertainment, becoming a potent vehicle for voicing the unvoiced, for articulating the often inarticulate cries of a community perennially at the margins. Like the ancient Greek tragedians, Kodak Black articulates through his music a sort of catharsis, offering his audience a mirror wherein they might see reflected not only their personal struggles, but the larger, often tumultuous narrative of their community. His songs, replete with references to personal and societal battles, weave a narrative that is at once intimate and universal, particular yet emblematic of broader societal issues. In this way, he becomes not just an artist, but a chronicler of his time, a modern-day griot whose stories, fraught with pain and resilience, offer insight into the human condition. This insight, often overlooked by those who dismiss his genre of music as superficial or unworthy of serious consideration, is vital for understanding the complexities of contemporary social dynamics. It is through the lens of his music that one can begin to comprehend the nuanced interplay of race, class, and identity in modern America. Kodak Black, much like the blues musicians of the early 20th century, captures in his lyrics the zeitgeist of his era, reflecting the hopes, fears, and aspirations of a generation. While Kodak Black's contributions to music and culture may be met with a spectrum of reactions, ranging from vehement criticism to fervent admiration, his significance in the contemporary cultural landscape is undeniable. As with all art, his work demands not uncritical acceptance but a thoughtful engagement. challenging us to confront the complexities of our society and the myriad ways in which art reflects, critiques, and shapes our collective consciousness.